Like video editing, right?
Yep, he's like a professional photographer. Extra full rich. And that's something that you want to do that right away. You want to. Yep. Once you start hearing it coughing, spitting, sputtering, make sure full rich. Once you do that, make sure your RPM are about 1,000. There you go.
So we're good. Oil pressure and so oil pressure is good.
Where's the oil pressure?
It's right there. Oil pressure is in the green. Amps have to be positive now, right? Everything here is positive. So
Exactly.
Annunciator, there's nothing red on the right side. Lights as required for now.
You can toss on the nav light. I mean that's just a position light. That's fine.
So just that for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you don't toss the nav light on, that's fine too.
Okay. Mixture as required. So 2 fingers.
Yep.
Okay. Just gonna go. Right there.
On the ground, you can't really overdo it.
Okay.
Right. On the ground, you can pull it out quite far before it starts coughing, spitting, and sputtering.
Okay.
So, yeah. On the ground, you pull it out a little farther than you think you should. On the area, in the area, pull it out a little less.
Okay. Oil pressure, check that amp. Annunciator, lights as required, mixture as required. Avionics, plus 1 and 2. And now we can put on our headsets.
Alright. Alright, check.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
It's probably off.
Inside. I don't know.
At least me in my house too.
Alright, well let's we don't want the prop spinning with you out there.
Okay.
And actually, I can't even get in.
Oh, sure. There you go. You gotta make sure there you go.
This?
Yep. We're waiting for batteries.
Had that.
Yeah. I'll just tell the camera, just in case. Did you get some?
Yeah, I have an extra.
With these headphones, with the Zulus,
Yeah.
all you have to do is, here, let me show you what I do. I keep mine all the way to the lowest position possible.
Okay.
With the Zulus, they'll automatically turn it. You don't have to turn it on. All you have to do is plug it in. Once it senses it's in a loud environment, it'll mute it for you. And then after you shut it off, as long as you keep them in a quiet place for 15 minutes, they'll automatically shut off. Too.
Okay.
So seatbelt in the door.
I'm ready.
That is embarrassing. It's kind of like talking to ground and calling them talk.
Okay. Let's go and get the door.
Okay, where were we?
Alright. Go ahead and, nope, no avionics. Go ahead and just start it, and then mixture full rich.
Okay.
Mixture full rich.
Right away?
Yeah, right away, because otherwise it'll start cutting out like that.
Okay.
All right, check. And then, like I said, it should automatically come on there. So you should have. Do you have to pull it? Do you have to have it all the way up like that?
No, actually, I can hear you. I just
Here, all right. Okay.
Yeah, we should be good. I have it like halfway. Checklist.
So you just got done with your start checklist.
Oh, seatbelt harness. Seatbelt harness.
My seatbelt on. We have our passenger seatbelt on.
So we're good.
All right.
Flaps up. On the ground, they can just go all the way up. In the air, you can't do that. Heat vent defrost.
If you want heat, this is heat. On vent, this is vent. This is a little fresh air vent.
Yeah.
And your defrost is up on top here. It's those two little black knobs right here.
Okay.
That's your defrost.
Okay. Like that for now, or unless you wanna.
I'll take care of the cabin heat.
Okay. ATIS AWAS is gonna be. Now I'm gonna have to write something down.
Just bring your RPM back to 1,000.
Okay, and that frequency is going to be 121.675.
If that's ATIS, wouldn't it be playing it right now? Because it's green.
You're right. It's going to be the 118.35. Right? Great.
You're gonna want a sheet of paper like with an airport diagram because that airport diagram has your frequency there on there as well.
Okay. Until I get it memorized.
Yep. Exactly.
St. Paul Downtown Airport information, X-ray 1753 Zulu, wind 20013, gust 21, visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000, temperature 9er, dew point -7, altimeter 3011. Visual approach and use, landing runway 14. Attention aircraft, use caution for birds in the vicinity of the St. Paul Airport.
Sorry, what's our gust factor?
Over St. Paul is 2,300.
What's our gust factor?
13 at 13.
13 gusting to
200 at 13, gusting into, I don't know.
21, visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000, temperature 9er, dew point -7, altimeter 3011. Visual approach and use, landing runway 14. Attention aircraft, use caution for birds in the vicinity of the St. Paul Airport. The base of the rail airspace over St. Paul is 2,300. Eyes on this contact, you have X-ray. St. Paul Downtown Airport information, X-ray 1753 Zulu, wind 20013, gust 21, visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000, temperature 9er, dew point -.
Why does the gust factor matter?
I wish I knew. I don't know.
Because the gust, based on where it's gusting, that's going to dictate our approach speed.
Okay.
So what you would typically want to do for your rule of thumb for the gust factor is you want to take the difference between the sustained velocity and the gust factor, which is, what, 8?
Yep, 8 plus 13 is 21.
So 8, divide that by 2, which gives you 4, and then add that to your final approach speed. Because what if all of a sudden you lose that wind when you're coming into land?
Okay, so on the final approach, what about on takeoff? Am I going to add anything to takeoff? No?
Nope.
Okay. So this is going to be when we're coming into land, I'm going to want to add that difference on there.
Yep.
Okay.
If the winds are picking up like they said.
Okay. So we're good on that. Then we'll continue with the check. Actually, I think we might have been. We're done with that. See, heat. Altimeter set. It's 3011. Say it's this one. Okay. Under set, I'm going to want that to be at VFR. It's already set to VFR though, so we're good on that.
Okay.
Taxi light is required. Should we turn it on?
If it was nighttime.
Okay, so we don't need it. Brakes test. Yeah, they work.
I'll check my brakes. All right, my brakes work. You have flight controls.
The controls. Attitude indicator test. Right now, we're leveled, so it's gonna be standard. Can you hear me? Okay. I can't hear myself that well. Turn coordinator test, which we're not turning, so it's just gonna.
So what we can do is we've got to go to that hold short line at some point, at least eventually.
Yeah, but we can check it during that.
So let's go ahead and let's just let go of our brakes. We're gonna get a little bit of momentum up. What we're going to do is we'll end up turning to the right, but we have to have momentum because otherwise that won't turn. Okay. See, now we got a little bit of momentum. Now it's starting to show to the outside of the turn.
Okay. Oh, it's working.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and come to a stop.
Okay, so attitude indicator test, turn coordinator we just did, HSI compass test, this is at about 300, this is at about 300, so we're good.
300?
330.
330?
33. 33.
It's over 33, not 300. Not 300.
033, not 300. Okay. And I feel smart. Brake set.
The run-up we'll do at the end of the runway.
Okay, so we actually already ran through all this. Now we're just going to go up. And then
so we'll go ahead and...
the only one that matters is the navigation. It expires October 18th, so we don't have that much time, but it's still valid.
Right, so we never have that much time. It expires every month.
Does it? Okay, so, okay. So it's good, so I'm going to go ahead and press this key.
See how the ailerons are trying to rock themselves?
Yeah.
Is there anything we should do to try and prevent that from happening?
Hold it.
Where should we hold it? If the wind is 200,
I'm going to want to hold it into the wind.
I'm going to take your heading bug and just put it on where the winds are.
Okay.
Does that tell us at all where we should hold the ailerons?
Let's say it's into the wind, so it's going to be like that.
It's climb away and dive into. So if it was a headwind, if it was coming from right here, yeah, then you'd want to dive into.
But it's coming from the opposite side.
If it was coming from right there, you'd want to dive into.
Okay.
But when it comes from behind you,
and you're going to want to go away from it.
Climb away from it. Yep. There you go.
Okay. Oh, where was I?
You were just about to call ground and tell me you're ready to taxi for a northeast departure.
Okay. And I don't need this anymore, correct? For now?
For the run-up you will, but not for now.
For now, I can just leave it there? It shouldn't fall, right?
I'd either put it down here or in that seat pocket to your left.
Right here for now. Okay, and then ground was the 119, no, 122.8?
121.675.
We're already on it. And it's going to sound like St. Paul ground, Skyhawk 52560 at Exclusive Aviation. The information X-ray, runway, no, not runway 14. VFR to the east. Yep, VFR to the northeast. We'll go northeast.
Jet 69 X-ray with the
we can pull up to the whole short line, or we can do it from here. Actually, either or. Either or.
Pull up. St. Paul ground, say request. I'm going to be making a few IFR approaches to 14 and would request a squawk code, please.
And then they're talking. Should I wait till they're done?
Squawk code on request.
Wait. Actually talking to ground, right? And I don't want to up. Okay, go ahead.
Impair 600 X-ray. Verify you want to do those IFR practice approaches, or do you want to do VFR practice approaches? We'll do my IFR, please. And I'm getting a popcorn sound on this channel. Are you? Impair 600 X-ray negative. Yeah.
To go? Yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and do it. St. Paul ground, Skyhawk 52560 at Exclusive Aviation with information X-ray VFR to the northeast.
Ready to write this down?
Skyhawk 52560 St. Paul ground, runway 14, taxi via Alpha 1 Alpha, cross runway 27.
St. Paul ground, Skyhawk 52560.
Cessna 52560 St. Paul ground, you copy?
At runway 14, runway 14 via Alpha 1 Alpha.
Cross runway 27.
Cross runway 27, okay, so. Runway 14 via Alpha 1 Alpha, runway 14. You go ahead and do it, please.
Cross runway 27, 560.
Cessna 560, roger.
I think it's because it's you. If it would have been with Derek, it might have worked. So go ahead.
Yep. Okay. And that is, honestly, that's one of the reasons that we like flying with other instructors. Because, and it's not all the time, but it's every now and then. Yeah. Because,
69 X-ray, roger.
If you flew all of your training with Derek, and then you went in for your check ride, the first time you have a passenger is your check examiner.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
You know, yep. We're trying to the entire point of doing this and doing this kind of early in your training, that you're used to kind of having other people in the airplane with you. This is the time for you to work those nerves out of, oh my gosh, this isn't Derek. Derek's my safety blanket, you know?
And I agree, actually, we should do that because I think that the communications are going good so far, but now I'm with someone else, and suddenly they're not so good.
Absolutely. And then you just, I mean, you run into, what we do is we kind of try and put you at ease for
when you're going to take the test.
Away from the wind. Yeah, exactly. Dive away from. There you go.
And I want to get back on that center line, is what I want to do.
There you go. And so use that throttle as a little bit of a brake before you use the brakes as a brake.
Okay.
When you hold that aileron deflection, just hold it full aileron deflection. That way it's just easier to remember.
Okay.
Crossing a runway, so we're going to make sure that nobody's landing on it. And try and keep your speed down just a little bit on your.
We're way too fast, actually. Maybe at about 15, right?
Yep. Left and right for traffic. Keep that aileron and dive away.
Can you put that? Thank you. Need just the regular ones because that one's too big.
Yeah, it is. I used to use these on cross countries. They're not so bad, but.
Flown a jet before?
I haven't flown a jet. I have actually no desire to fly a jet.
Really? Why?
I don't know. They just don't interest me.
Oh,
it's kind of weird.
Okay. Engine you have though, right? Obviously you have a commercial.
Yeah. But I like that King Air. I've flown King Airs before.
I need to remember to just keep this all the way instead of.
Yeah, because when you start doing the aileron deflection, all of a sudden in your brain you want to start steering with it.
Yeah, and you're not.
Exactly.
We're going to pull up over here, right?
Yep, and you want to get as close to that white line as you can.
Okay. Before I turn around?
Yep.
Well, Derek typically does this, and it's good that I'm doing it instead of Derek.
Usually taxis for you?
No, not the taxi, the turn.
Oh.
We can stop here?
Just straighten out your nose wheel.
Okay, wait.
As long as your rudder pedals are neutral, go ahead and just creep forward just a little bit.
Parachute 69 X-rays back with you.
There you go, right here.
Parachute 69 X-ray, advise and ready to copy your clearance.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Back to the
600 X-ray, clear to the St. Paul Airport via radar vectors. Maintain 2,500. Departure frequency 121.2.
Set.
0124.
Taxi, we already did that. So we're on the run-up. Brake set.
For 69 X-ray,
Fuel
radar
valve, both.
vector 2500.
Trim takeoff.
121.20124. Parachute 69 X-ray, read back correct.
The controls. It's going to be.
Yeah, whichever way your thumb goes, if you do this, whichever way your thumb goes, that aileron should go up.
155 Romeo Golf, St. Paul ground taxi, straight ahead, right turn, Bravo to signature.
Just kind of do like a box, right?
Bravo to signature, 5 Romeo.
Make sure they're moving, and then your rudders obviously is going to be.
Make sure your tail's wagging.
Yep. So, fuel valve, trim, takeoff, flight controls, instruments, no red axis. We're good.
What approach would you like to start with?
PFD barrel set. That's going to be.
Do the.
That's your barrel set.
ILS with.
And I want to check that with.
1-4.
Yep.
That'll be a miss. Then.
I want to check that with this right here.
With to hold it
3011.
10 minutes. Back for another ILS full stop.
Oh, right.
Parachute 69 Roger, just advise and ready to taxi.
Right there, right?
Roger, 1 minute.
Okay, standby altimeter set. That's already done, correct?
You just did that?
At 140 AP set.
We don't have a KAP 140. That's a different kind of autopilot that we don't have in here.
Okay, G1000 alt select setting.
So altitude select. Altitude will be a good altitude to go to first.
2,000 feet.
Yeah. So let's put that in our under our altitude bug.
So first you have to press which button? I forget.
Altitude bug.
Have to actually
right there. You don't have to push it. Just spin it.
So we're good. Standby instruments. Look at these, right?
Yep. That should read 0. There should be no more than 5 degrees of pitch or bank. That should be within 75 feet of field elevation.
Okay.
That's good.
And mixture best power is going to be 4-inch.
Yes.
That system test, I have no idea what that is.
Manual electric trim. So pull it down. It works. Push it forward. It works.
Okay. Met system 1800 RPMs. I want to hold that. Okay, so 1800 RPMs. Then mag, right and left test. So I want to make sure there's no more than 100 difference. I do that.
No more than 150 drop. Oh, back on.
What did I do wrong?
You turn the magnetos off. So you just want to go 2 clicks to the left.
Okay.
Okay. To the right.
So when I turn it back on, I want to be at full lean.
Also, what happened is you had it on both.
Yeah.
And then you did the mag check. It's 2 clicks to the left.
Okay.
You're looking for that drop, no more than 150 with the 50
Correct.
split.
Correct.
And then 2 clicks to the right, and then 1 click to the left.
Okay.
1 click to the right. 1 click to the right.
Okay. Now to start it back on, do I got to be at full
lean.
full lean, right? Rich.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
It's not confidence spinning and sputtering.
And we're back on now. I'm going to try this again.
Yep. And technically, we should have turned the avionics off for that. It's not really good to switch from battery to alternator on the avionics like that.
Okay. I've never had that happen.
But what you want to do is you also we had it at 1800 RPM.
Yeah.
So you may have to pull it out a little bit. Otherwise, it's too much air. It's too much suction.
Okay.
It can't hold that. So all right, back up to 1800 RPM.
Good. Now try this again.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And you want to make sure that there's no more than 150. We're good. Back to both. So it ran out to 1780, and now I'm going to go left and drop more than 150. So we're good. Back to both, and now we can continue. Right.
All right.
Okay. Max left and right test. Vac indicator. Indicator.
Where is it?
I don't know. Not gonna tell me, are you?
It's an engine indicating system. So where do you find all your engine indicating systems?
I don't know.
Where would you find your oil pressure? Oil pressure is an engine indicating system.
Correct. And they're typically on the screen.
Which screen?
This screen. And everything's in the green, so everything's good.
Where's your vac?
Vac is going to be right there.
There you go.
So vac is in the green. Vac indicator is green. Engine indicators is right here. I want to make sure all this is in the positive.
Engine indicator is going to be fuel flow, oil pressure, oil temperature. So green, green, green. Vacuum is in the green. Fuel's in the green.
Yep.
Okay, so that's your engine indicating systems.
The amps and bolts are all in the positive.
So if they weren't, there would be a red or yellow box. So I usually say green, 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 red or yellow boxes.
Correct.
Then what's next?
After that, you're going to go enunciators. Nothing red on the screen.
No enunciators. So I usually go green, 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 no red or yellow boxes, no enunciators.
Okay. Idle. 5, 6. So I'm just going to go to idle.
All the way to idle, make sure it doesn't shut off.
On, so we're good.
And then after that, bring it back up to
1,000 RPMs, right?
So it says 8A Bravo Tango, same program, taxi to the flight 10 via Alpha.
Sure.
Lima,
CK.
cross runway 27.
Yep, I mean, just bring it back to that 2 fingers.
Okay. Throttle friction, I think it's good the way it is. You could set it if you wanted to, but I think we're okay. Com nav set, com navigation. Navigation, where do you want to go? We're going...
Com nav, that's just the frequencies and frequencies alone. So right now, the communication, since we haven't trained on the VORs yet, we're only focused on the com side of it. So we want tower frequency.
119.1, so com 1.
Right.
And then I'm going to say St. Paul Tower, Skyhawk 52560, ready for takeoff, runway 14.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make sure all of our checklists are done though.
Okay, yeah. Because we actually have to be where he is before we say
exactly.
that. So.
St. Paul Tower, Parajet 69 X-ray on 14, ready.
FMS, GPS, verify GPS 2 available.
Alright, so how do we check to make sure we have enough satellite signals?
39 for release.
We're holding short, 69 X-ray.
All the way to the right?
Nope, it's under auxiliary.
I'm doing something wrong.
Pick the large knob and bring it over to aux.
Oh, okay.
And now take the small knob. Oh, large knob to auxiliary. Small knob, 2 clicks to the right. Auxiliary. You're on the flight plan chapter.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay. And now go to the GPS status.
There you
and
go.
right here we have more than 4 easily.
And so let's check GPS 2. Got at least 4, so we're good. So press and hold the clear button. There you go. Quick trick for this is 2 clicks to the right. 1, 2 clicks. Because this is typically how it looks.
Okay.
So large knob, 1, 2 clicks to the right. Small knob, 1, 2 clicks to the right.
Okay. X-ray, turn left heading 040, cleared for takeoff.
What is next? Verify GPS. We checked that. Auxiliary GPS, we did that, right?
Yep, that's what we just checked.
CDI soft key nav source, we did that earlier.
That'll be nearest, direct to, enter.
Nearest, direct to?
Yep, just the D. Enter.
Okay.
There you go. And that gives us our distance away from St. Paul.
Okay, so from where we are now?
Yep.
Okay.
And so as we go out flying, it'll keep on reminding us how far away from St. Paul we are.
Okay, now pre-takeoff we'll do on the...
Okay, let's go ahead and, let's taxi up and... run into the wind. Run away from the wind.
Okay, now we stop here and we're gonna... So pre-takeoff, flaps 0 to 10 degrees. We can just go 0, right?
Yep, 0.
Mixture, best power, full rich?
Yep, full rich.
No heat as required, we don't need it, it's not cold enough, correct?
We're not going to be flying through any clouds.
Okay, so we don't need it today. HSI to compass is going to be, we're at 60, and over here we're at 58, which is pretty close.
Yep.
So, HSI, we just did that. Doors, windows, my door is locked.
My door is locked, my window's latched.
My window's latched. Then we go takeoff. Responder, alt, and squawk.
As long as it's on ground or green, it's good to go.
Okay. Landing light on?
At night.
Okay. Note, strobe's on.
There you go.
I don't got to worry about the time because I'm not doing a cross country. Now I'm going to call tower, right?
Okay.
So.
Go ahead and put your checklist up on your left knee.
Again, Skyhawk 525, St. Paul Tower, Skyhawk 52560. Ready for takeoff, runway 14.
610 X-ray, contact Minneapolis departure.
Going to departure, 610 X-ray.
Okay, no? No? You're not going to tell me, I'm just going to do it. I think I got the hint by now. St. Paul Tower, Skyhawk 52560, ready for takeoff, runway 14.
Skyhawk 52560, St. Paul Tower, runway 14, left turn northeast approved, cleared for takeoff.
Turn, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Skyhawk 52560.
Cleared for takeoff, Skyhawk 52560. Now we're going to go, and then we're going to go full power once we're on the runway, right? I see what you're doing. And it's good that you're doing that.
You look for a lot of validation.
I do, and I think it's good that you don't give it because then you become reliant on that person giving that validation.
Exactly.
And then when you ask me, I don't know because you've been telling me the whole time. So I get it. I think I'll get used to it. Now we can go full power, right?
After we put our aileron into the wind. Doesn't have to go all the way. I mean, at least briefly. There you go.
Okay.
As you accelerate, gently bring that aileron to neutral.
Okay.
But make it so that the wing is going to dip a little bit when you take off.
Okay. We're already at our speed.
Okay, so let's add back pressure. There you go, and wings level. Right rudder, right rudder. Wings level, right rudder.
I'm going way too far that way.
So wings level. There you go.
Okay. I want to be going this way.
Well, make yourself go that way.
That was horrible. Need to fly more, Danny.
You gotta get up, man. Gotta get up.
I think that validation definitely is not good.
You haven't had Derek helping you with your takeoffs, have you?
No, but I ask him a lot of questions. Yes.
Questions are good.
Yeah, but some things you have to memorize.
Like what altitude can you turn out at?
1,200.
Okay.
So we could have already started our turn. We're going left, right?
It said northeast.
Northeast.
He said a left turn to the northeast is approved.
I want to maintain that climb still, though.
What heading are you going to shoot for, you think?
About 45, 30.
Okay.
40, St. Paul Tower, 918 Mike Victor. We're kind of out here for a left downwind for 14.
We're
Fucking 918 Mike Victor.
going for 2,000.
Your left.
We're there.
Traffic runway 14
So,
and clear to land. Traffic is a Cessna, just a part of the airport.
Our
It's about
trim.
11 o'clock, 3 miles northeast
Turn to the
down
east.
1,900.
Left traffic for
And you'll see why.
for Mike Victor.
Look outside.
yeah.
Traffic.
I see that.
Set to 56 Sierra traffic, a Falcon just to your right, looks to be about your 1 o'clock now, less than a mile, 2,000 and inbound.
Traffic in sight, maneuvering to avoid 560.
Roger.
There you go. Now you can pass behind him.
Okay, so head back that way?
Yep.
Okay. And I need to watch that climb.
You need to watch outside.
Yes, I do. Well, pretty soon here I'm going to have a hood over my head. But you're right. I don't have it on now, right?
That's right.
Wind check.
Falcon 8 Mike Victor, the wind 240 at 10.
Now the airplane wants to sink, so I'm going to want to trim it.
Trimmed out for
a little bit of turbulence, right?
a little bit. So is it hands off flying itself?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
Right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to push in on the heading bug. And I want you to select the altitude that you're at. No, you're just fine. You just push it in, that's all you do.
Okay.
And then select the altitude that you're at.
Oh, right now I'm at 2200.
There you go. Now press autopilot.
Autopilot.
Press heading.
Heading.
Press altitude.
Altitude.
There you go. There you go. Now go ahead and take your headsets off.
You want me to take them off?
You can take it off, put the hood on, and then put your headset back on over it. It's going to fly itself. You got the autopilot on. All right, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you now.
All right. So,
this is going to be...
So, what you want to do is just remember if you cheat, the only person you're cheating is yourself.
Agree.
I'm going to try and help you prevent yourself from cheating yourself.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll put that there, and then where's the checklist? Might give me the checklist, please?
Go.
I'll put that right there. Alright, so now what we're going to do is the airplane's flying itself. We're going to tell it not to.
Okay.
So,
I know how to do that. You want me to do it?
yep, go ahead and disconnect the autopilot.
Okay. So it's just going to be...
There you go. And so now, what I want you to do is start kind of just focusing on that development of your scan. Take a look at one instrument, and then interpret what it's telling you. Break scene. Look at another instrument. Interpret what it's telling you. Break scene. Same thing over and over until you have a full scan. You should look. You should see that you're climbing a little bit. Break scene. Look. You're banking a little bit. Break scene. Your airspeed is pretty constant. Break scene. Watch your heading.
Okay,
Break scene.
another wind check now.
Now looking back, we're starting to sink. Break scene. We're still turning. Break scene. Airspeed's still constant. Break scene. Heading is now off to our... You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So get that scan where you're looking at everything. Interpret what it is saying.
Okay.
What in the heck is this saying to me?
Gotcha, okay. We'll try. And now I see why you say that you could focus too much on one thing.
Oh, it's easy to do that.
Because you don't have the outside anymore.
Tower 560, request frequency change.
Citizen 560, frequency change approved.
Right. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to try and get back to that, we're going to get back to an eastbound heading. Okay? So to get to an eastbound heading, what we're going to do is we're going to start turning to the right, and you're going to notice this little magenta line that you've never seen before come out of this triangle. And you want to turn just enough to rest that magenta line on that right white tick mark. Okay? So, use a little bit of right rudder. Your scan is still important. If it goes too far, it's going to create an arrow. Okay? And that's all the more that you should be turning when you turn with the hood on. Okay? Now keep your scan up because you see your speed's going up, which means we're probably sinking. Oh, no, you don't have to touch anything. Okay? Just control with the...
I'm climbing way too much.
Yep. So just softer controls. Remember, we're still turning to the right. We're turning to a heading of 090. So part of it is you got to listen to the airplane because you can hear when that engine spools up. Yep. There you go. Oh, it's got an arrow, so it's saying you're going too far. The other thing we can do is when we go to a heading of 090, we can move our heading bug to a heading of 090. Okay.
090.
Now that's a constant reminder telling us that, hey, we need to, oh, don't push it in.
Oh, okay.
Spin it to 090. Okay.
This is weird.
How you doing?
Sorry, do I keep climbing and I keep doing that, don't I? It's climbing and descending?
I'm used to it, but passengers might not be.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree. I'm even noticing that I'm doing it, but it's a lot different when you can't see the outside.
Now look at your attitude indicator. It's telling you you're pointed into the ground. So even though you're turning and you're using that standard rate turn indicator, all the rest of your equipment still needs to be utilized. Okay. So now it looks like you're pointing towards the sky. You're climbing. You're climbing at 1,600 feet per minute.
Pull some power? No.
No, you don't need to. Okay. The airplane was just, the autopilot trimmed the airplane for straight and level flight. So, go ahead and just let go of the airplane. What does it want to do? Still wants to fly itself, right?
Yeah.
We'll use that to our advantage. Okay. So it's also very, very important to trim an airplane if you ever find yourself under, in any sort of IMC conditions. Let's go. Let's climb up to 3,500 feet. We're going to be on an eastbound heading, so just hold eastbound. Okay.
And you want to climb up to 3,500?
Yep. And so remember to set your altitude, bug.
Already there, but...
Okay. We'll use that as a reminder.
Yeah.
So notice that you lost 30 degrees.
You're at 69 X-ray and hills for the 14 ILS.
Now don't fixate though.
Tower runway 14, report to missed approach.
Call you on the mist,
and I'm still, I see, okay. I think I see, but I don't.
There you go. What I want you to do is I just want you to hold straight east and 3,500 feet. Okay.
To be honest with you, I thought it was going to be a breeze.
You're like, we're just going to like climb and turn? Okay. Yeah. No problem.
It's a lot different when you can't see anything.
There you go. And now when you move the controls, whether it be the rudder or the aileron or whatever, think control pressure, don't think control movement. Okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. You want to clarify?
Right. So when you're doing movement, it's kind of like, okay, I got to move it to make it do what I want it to do.
Correct.
When you think control pressure, I'm going to add a little bit of right, a little bit of left pressure. Okay. Just to try and bring those wings level.
Okay. Instead of adding too much.
Instead of being like, I need to move it to the left, I need to just pull down. I need to apply a little bit of pressure on it. I don't need to move move your arm, I need to apply pressure to your arm.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What that does is that helps to start mute your control inputs.
Okay.
That's kind of what we need to do is just kind of mute your control inputs here. The airplane will, as you know, when it's completely trimmed up, it'll fly by itself.
Yeah, and I'm putting too much input into the...
Yeah, exactly. You're over controlling it. So we need to mute it by thinking pressure, not movement.
Okay. Is that 90, but...
All right, keep your whole scan up. When you change altitude, whether it be anytime you climb or descend, whether it be under the hood or in VFR conditions or anything like that, what I want you to think is pitch, power, trim. Exactly.
Okay.
Heard that before, have you?
I've heard it a lot.
So, what I want you to do is, just get us to 3,500 feet. There's a tad bit of turbulence. You don't need to do any power just yet. Just pitch for it just now.
Oh. There's a tad bit of turbulence, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Part of it is, a little bit of it is self-induced.
Okay, let's get us to 3,500 and then I'll... Very close. Sorry. Sorry if I'm making you sick. Okay. That's close enough?
Okay. So note that as we're holding an altitude here, we're not really pitching for the horizon because we have to have an angle of attack. We have to be a couple degrees up. There's 10, there's 5, there's 2.5. You have to be maybe 1, maybe 2 degrees pitch up. So keep that in mind where you're not pointing for that white line. Okay. You're just kind of pitching for 1, maybe 2.5 degrees up to hold altitude. So when you change altitude, especially when you're under the hood, you don't really need to go up to 20 or 15. Just keep it from up 10 to down 10. Okay. So now let's switch altitude from 3,500 on our eastbound heading. So wings level. Okay. So I'm trying to help you with your scan here. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch up to 4,000 feet. But before you do anything, let's spin in 4,000 feet. Okay, now we can react. We want an eastbound heading. We want to climb 600 feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to pitch up to 7.5 right there.
Hold short for deny fire release.
Just add back pressure, hold your wings level. Now add full power. Then just hold it at 7.5 degrees pitch up there. Keep that scan going to hold that eastbound heading. Trim away any pressure that you may be experiencing. Oh, that's not 7.5 degrees pitch up. It's the horizon.
Right, the bot there.
There you go, right there. Perfect. You're at 12.5.
Oh, way too much.
You're banking to the left. You're at your altitude. So pitch for 2 degrees. So keep that chevron in the right there. Power to a safe power setting, which is right here. Trim away any control pressure. Oh, that we're also
way off.
Way off. Why? Why are we to the left?
Because I keep letting go of the rudder and I keep putting the aileron to the left.
But what effect? Oh, remember to only turn at standard rate. What effect makes us turn to the left when we add power like that?
Left turning tendencies.
Torque. We just added full power. The airplane wants to go to the left. Absolutely.
And I'm pitching too high, but
maybe a little bit more power.
A little bit more, 2,300.
Yep. Yeah, that'll help.
I'm gonna get, I think even now, I think I'm putting too much input.
So even less.
Yeah.
It's not a get there now. It's get there smoothly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna relieve some of that pressure that I've been applying. And I remember
part of it is you just gotta relax. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep. Go turn left heading 040, cleared for takeoff.
Do you remember that? If you hold on too hard, you lose accuracy.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true. All right, good. So we're at 4,000 feet. We're at a heading of east. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say, oops, we accidentally just flew into that cloud that we've been avoiding.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a left turn to get out of the cloud.
Okay. So, and you said standard rate is that purple line, right? Okay.
Right there. Hold altitude. It says you're banking too far.
Way too far.
All right, you turned about 30 degrees. So how far are we supposed to turn when we turn into a cloud?
You said 10, right?
122 Sierra Charlie, St. Paul Tower.
Well, we hold that standard rate turn, but we want to go back to where we came from. So you want to do a full 180.
Correct. So started at east, I'm going to go all the way into west. Is that what you're asking?
Yep. Yep. So go ahead and just keep your turn coming into the...
So a little bit too much.
You're northbound now, so you want to keep on going off to the west, because if you were headed to the east and you flew to a cloud, more than likely there's not a cloud back to the west.
So 2 Mike Tango, contact Pinnaps departure as well.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. What I was kind of looking at was my the amount of bank that I was applying to, and I think I was oversteering.
You're not flying your bank. You're only flying that magenta line.
Okay, so this one.
Yep, exactly.
The one that I'm passing, right?
Keep turning to west. Doing a good job holding this altitude because you're keeping it less than 10 degrees pitch up.
Charlie, runway 14, turn left heading 080, cleared for takeoff.
There you go. Now you're westbound again.
Yep. We're good.
There you go.
Hola.
Tone means you're 200 feet off your selected altitude.
That what that is?
Yep. So that tone is a heads up saying, hey, trying to hold an altitude.
What is a good rate of descent when you're trying to just...
500 feet per minute. So we're supposed to do westbound. What are we supposed to do when we change heading?
Heading bug.
Yeah, go ahead and push it straight in. It'll sync up when you push it in. There you go. Well, we should have probably twisted that before we turned, huh?
Yeah. Definitely now, right?
There you go. Perfect.
But I'm still climbing.
Yep, still 400 feet high. So pitch, power, trim. So if you have to pitch for the horizon or a couple degrees below, that's fine. You might need to take out a little bit of power so the engine's not fighting you. There you go. Just pitch for 2.5 degrees nose down. A little bit to the right. Then pitch for 2.5 degrees nose down.
Nose down.
Yep, there you go, right there, boom. Anticipate your level off by 20, 30 feet. There you go, start leveling off, pitch, power, back to 23.
It seems to be all right.
Okay, and then retrim because you see that you're trending to go up.
Yeah.
So you might want to need a little bit of nose down. Good. And just hold west and 4,000 feet.
So we're going to have to practice stalls wearing this thing, right?
Yep, eventually. There you go. There's west. Check your bank. Check your altitude. Check your heading. Check your bank. Check your altitude. Check your heading.
Bank, check your altitude, check your heading.
Bank, altitude. Are we climbing or descending?
We are descending.
Check your heading. Check your bank. Check your heading. Check your altitude. Now remember, bank and altitude are pretty closely related, so it is good to do kind of this, this,
Okay.
this, this.
Okay.
How are we going to get back up to 4,000 feet?
Pulling back.
Probably no more than 7.5 degrees pitch up, right?
Yep, so about right there.
Yeah.
A little bit more maybe, but...
Check your bank. Check your heading. Check your altitude.
Cool.
See, we're holding altitude here, but we're not holding altitude where we want to be holding altitude.
Right. Bank, check your heading. Altitude.
Check your bank. Check your altitude. Check your heading. There you go. You may need a little bit extra power. That's fine.
I was actually gonna be good where it is, to be honest.
Check your bank.
Altitude.
Check your heading. All right. Go ahead. Let's make sure we're on that westbound heading using brake.